Okay then guys, what is going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today we're inside a Starfield where we have got some very interesting information coming to you guys, including a modern Microsoft mashup for the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. And we are also taking a look at Starfield that got a huge new HD overhaul. This is one you definitely need to see. We're also going to talk about the best weapon in Starfield and how it may have already been nerfed. So with that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, make sure you check out our sponsor, Advanced GG, the #1 clinically proven energy supplement on the market. My favorite flavor is cherry vanilla, but you guys can catch an array of flavors via the link in the description. Make sure you use code CLOUD at checkout for a cheeky discount, and we can dive on to some Starfield news. So starting off, Microsoft mashes up a Modern Warfare, Halo, Diablo and Starfield and more in a genuinely weird trailer celebrating its Activision Blizzard takeover. This is now home. Genuinely speaking, video game trailers are a promotional, sometimes informative type of thing, but here's our new game, here's what it looks like, and here's when it's coming out and all that. But today we got something a bit different to share with you. A trailer celebrating Microsoft's $68 billion swallow-up of Activision Blizzard, which has finally happened today following the long-awaited green light from the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. The trailer is essentially a mashup of the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard's greatest hits. There's like Master Chief, there's Captain Price, Forza, Sea of Thieves, Diablo, Starfield. But then we cut to a pair of toothy boys from World of Warcraft and the schmaltz begins. So this is now home, one says. The other one replies, home? Family. And then it builds from there, and it's actually incredible to know that this obviously has been swallowed up for around $68 billion. $68 billion. That number is absolutely unheard of, but hopefully we'll have a lot of stuff coming in to the near distant future coming from Microsoft with all of these big names that have been on the forefront. But something that you guys will want to know about Starfield as of right now is that Starfield just got a huge new HD overhaul. With Starfield, Bethesda's stellar RPG and successor to Skyrim and Fallout, it looks even better thanks to a new HD overhaul mod which boosts the game's visuals to 8K. Now, Starfield is already one of the best looking and most bug-free Bethesda RPGs to date, and from the crowded streets of Atlantis to the desolate plains of all those undiscovered planets, it's sharp, it's smooth, and a worthy visual successor to the likes of Fallout 4 and Skyrim. But now, the settled systems can look even better thanks to a huge new Starfield overhaul mod which boosts dozens of textures to 8K resolution. Just over a month since the launch, the best Starfield mods are a goldmine of combat, inventory systems, a spacefight improvements, as well as the occasional Thomas the Tank Engine and Shrek reskins. Between Starfield cities and Starfield planets, there's so much visual wonder in Bethesda's sprawling RPG that naturally you want to look at as good as possible. The new Starfield overhaul mod promises just that. It does look absolutely incredible, and I'm going to leave the link in the description for you guys so you guys can head over, and if you are running on PC you can obviously download this mod and run it to your heart's content. There is also on the website a hell of a lot of different mods that you guys can run through. This HD mod though does definitely seem to hit the mark quite heavily. But one thing that you guys may well be upset about is this right here. The best weapon in Starfield may genuinely have been nerfed. Now, as I played at Starfield around 160 hours or so, ramping up my difficulty to very hard by the end, I noticed the one weapon I had was outperforming everything else by a mile, and it really made no sense, and that would be the Varun Inflictor. And much to everybody else's opinions, this was definitely the case overall. See, many players validate that, and it's not just these guys, this thing is insane. Now, much of that is just a pure baseline damage alone, but it turns out it can compound itself into a weapon probably 10 times better than anything else in the game because of some interactions and mods. So much of so that if Starfield ever wanted to have any semblance of balance, despite being a PvE game, it may want to scale it back as it genuinely seems broken. And this is in a game where I'd already say very hard is not hard enough as it is. And this guy right here that managed to post up on the subreddit has actually posted up some very interesting thought processes, stating that breaking Starfield, the most most disgusting weapon perk combo in the game, and we're going to take a look at his explanation just here. So he states, "Hi everyone, I've seen a couple of posts pop off here regarding the advanced Verum Inflictor, which by sheer damage alone is undoubtedly the best weapon in the game. However, I'm here to tell you that the base stats you see are only the tip of the iceberg, and this weapon is much more broken than most people ever realize for reasons which I will explain in this post. In short, the Verum Inflictor can permanently stun lock enemies without the need of any rare weapon effects. I just use a legendary inflictor for show via a specific combination of perks and attachments." So overall, a summary and explanation. This is quite a large one, so we're only going to go through part of it, but you guys can take a look at the full post in the description down below, as like everything else that we cover here in the game. But the Verum Inflictor is an endgame weapon that has several unique qualities among all of the weapons in Starfield. It is one of only a handful of weapons in the game which deals partial beam damage, and for some reason the particle beam weapons benefit from both the particle beam perk and the laser perk in the combat tree. On top of that, they also benefit from rifle certification. With these three leveled to their 3rd tier, an advanced Verum Inflictor can deal over 1,400 base damage. Now, as I said earlier, this is only the tip of the iceberg for how busted this weapon can become, because the Inflictor has a non-automatic rifle designation and can be modded with a scope. It also benefits from 2 other critical perks, marksmanship and sniper certification. The 4th tier of marksmanship is an incredibly powerful skill on its own that allows weapons with a scope equipped to knock down enemies on the next hit after a critical. For whatever reason, you don't actually have to use the scoped in to proc the ability. You only have to have the scope equipped on the weapon, and with this in mind, equipping a short scope on an inflictor will give you a critical hit roughly every 5 shots or so, thanks to the plus 15 crit boost from the 3rd tier of marksmanship. Even when firing from the hip, if we added the 25% crit boost from headshots with the 3rd tier of the sniper certification skill, we can get the knockdown ability from marksmanship tier 4 to activate roughly once every 2 to 3 shots if we have a good aim and are not scoped in. He does go in to give you guys a load more stuff in this, which obviously is a few more attachments that do not affect the range and or accuracy, and the beams obviously work in a different motive. But once you have done all of the stuff inside of this post, what you're left with at the end of it all is a short, medium, long range sniper shotgun all in one that can permanently stun lock enemies forever and benefit from nearly every perk based damage bonus in the game. It's absolutely insane. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and replicate the video that you've seen on screen, which is a massive shout out to Salty Meat Boy, the link will be down in the description. Go and follow his instructions and run through this as you so wish. This is an extremely interesting weapon, and one of which is definitely going to hold the biggest movement inside of the game, because it's just absolutely freaking ridiculous. But maybe they do need to take this back a notch, because realistically, once you get to endgame, this is about the only weapon you need to have inside of your arsenal, and making sure you've got enough ammo capacity for it is pretty much all you need to do. There's no need for anything else. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe challenge yourself and use something a lot less better, but realistically, why would you when you have this thing? Now, that's all we got time for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I appreciate all your faces, but as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.